I'm here with John from Judicator and at Epic Fest in Denmark and Roskilde in a very chilly but beautiful morning, I would say. We're going to be talking a little bit about the festival, their performance tonight on day one, but also about their brand new record. John, welcome to the channel.
Thank you so much. Very excited to be with you and to be here in Roskilde for Epic Fest.
So before we talk about the festival and before we talk about what your performance might be tonight, let's talk about the album. Uh, Take me a little bit back through the process. I know it's an independent release. We reviewed it on the channel. Great record. I really enjoyed what you guys did with this album. What was the thought process even before deciding to go independent? What was the thought process of what you guys wanted this album to be?
I think to tell that story effectively and true to my heart, I would have to say the seeds for this album were sown way back in 2014 when I was in Germany studying abroad, and I had at that point been in Germany for like a little over a month, and I found myself daydreaming about the beautiful landscape of Nevada or Wyoming or Utah or the Sawtooth Mountains. And I just realized, man, as much as I love Germany and I would love to have a summer home there if I ever became wealthy, I'm an American. Deep down in my heart, I'm an American. And but I just was struck by the thing that I missed the most about my country were the beautiful landscapes and the land. And so I kind of put a bookmark in my head that someday I would love to write a song or an EP or an album paying tribute to the land I love. And so fast forward to The Majesty of Decay, our last album. We started making plans for the next album, and some of the sounds that were manifesting in the songwriting had a little bit of a Western tinge. And I was writing the opening sections of Sawtooth, the song, and I had this thought. I'm like, do we go there? Is this the time? Because that dum dum bam, that's like Wild West right there.
Yeah.
And so I thought this is my unconscious manifesting through my songwriting, telling me that this is the time to finally tackle the Wild West. And so I didn't know exactly if this was going to be like a concept album like some of our others, where it follows one person or one event from point A to Z. This happens, then this happens, then this happens. But as we started to see more of the songs unfold, I just really got the impression that this would be best told as like an anthology, where each song is about something different, but it all pertains to the same subject. So Concord is about the Wild West primarily, and then to a lesser degree about the West in general.
So it's more like a theme-driven record versus a traditional concept album, if you will.
Correct, yes.
One of the things that impressed me about the album is that you guys went with that more guitar-driven sound across almost each and every single song. Not to say that you didn't include orchestrations and synths. It's all part of creating an atmosphere, and it's all part of really bringing a picture to life with sound. But you guys really kept yourselves with that guitar focus in mind, and you see that in the solo sections, in the leads, in the melodies, in the harmonies. Not a lot of bands are doing that. Is it risque to go with that approach when almost it seems like nobody's doing it almost anymore?
I think there's a lot of ways in which Judicator is doing and has a tendency to do things that are not super popular. I don't foresee us at any point adopting a gimmick or something like that. But yeah, as far as the songwriting and the balance between guitar and symphonic elements goes, the songs were all written with orchestral and symphonic elements not in mind. And so I think that foundation is what allowed for that balance to be struck more easily. When we introduced Francisco Perez's symphonic and orchestral elements later, we had to trim them down a little bit because he went wild and he put a lot into it, but we did not want it to be like an orchestral album. We wanted it to still have that traditional metal sound and approach that we think people would want out of this album. So yeah, I would give a lot of credit to Carlos Alvarez, our engineer. He did a really good amount of producing on this album too, and I think he was integral to striking that perfect balance. With the aforementioned Sawtooth, there are really bombastic orchestral elements, but I don't feel like they ever take over, and so
No, they're there more almost like to enhance the experience of the song, but not to define the song. At least that's how I looked at that track, but how I look at the album in general. This being an independent release by you guys, looking back now, is it easier? Or this is not your first release, so is it easier to release an album like this today than versus maybe like 10 years ago?
for us, 100%. Oh yeah, we had a very successful Kickstarter. For us, it was a lot of money, and it was almost enough to handle everything, like merch and rewards and stuff like that. We still had to dip into our own pockets, but it was much less than it would have been otherwise. And yeah, I mean, there's pluses and minuses. We had a couple of discussions with record labels. But at this point in our careers, we felt like we needed to take a step away from being with a label. And I think that has been a very good choice, because this is, to date, our most financially successful record. And the success of Concord is making it a lot easier for us to make Epic Fest possible, to the extent that we are considering releasing another album in 2027, because it's looking like we may be coming back to Europe in 2027. And so I think next album we may explore more seriously a European-based record label. And I know there's interest, because I talked with a couple. But what we really, really care about and really, really want is to make things like Epic Fest more consistent, even if it's 1 or 2 festivals every other year or something. But I think we're ready for that next step.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first time the band is playing in Europe. So in Epic Fest 2025, if you guys are here, or if you missed it, you missed their debut European performance. I actually saw these guys last year at Mile High Fest in Denver, Colorado, and great performance, super energetic. This dude brings it, and I'm expecting him to do the same thing tonight. Being your first time playing in Europe, any jitters?
There's some unsureness, not about performing in front of Europeans or something like that. It is a very significant event. It is a dream come true. More than anything, though, it's just we're the last band. We're closing the festival.
Yeah, I believe at 12:30.
Yes, 12:30 Saturday, or Sunday, technically.
Technically Sunday by then.
But more than anything, for me, it's like, that's past my bedtime. I don't know if everybody's going to be too drunk, hungover, or tired to attend the show. I hope everybody comes. But you know, if we perform for 20 people, 200, or a full capacity room, that'll be hunky-dory for us.
The good thing, at least for me, this is a good thing. The fact that you guys are playing at 12:30 on the last day of the festival, it's probably playing into your hand, because people know that the next day there's nothing. So it's not like you have to save some energy for day 3. There's no day 3. The next day is packing up and going home. So it's almost like, let's just go out guns blazing with Judicator at 12:30 and enjoy ourselves, because this is the end of the festival. So it might actually play into your hands.
That's my hope. I mean, I would love to run out on stage and see a completely full audience. And I hope that there are, what's the room capacity? I think it's 1,300 people. I hope there's 1,300 people who are of that mindset that let's send Epic Fest 2025 out with a bang, because we're here for it.
As far as the set list is concerned, I'm sure you guys have obviously did some practice and put together an interesting set list. How much of this new record are you guys going to be performing at the festival?
When will this go live?
Afterwards.
Okay, all right. So, spoiler for you, we built the set around our assessment of what might happen. So we kind of front-loaded the set list with newer stuff, with the idea that it may take a little time for people to trickle in. And so we'll do 4 songs, 3 of which are off the new album, 1 of which off of The Majesty of Decay. Then there will be a brief interlude, and then we'll play a lot of the songs that are like from our top 5 Spotify songs. The crowd pleasers. If somebody's coming to see Judicator, they probably want to see King of Rome, Spiritual Treason, Gloria. So we tried to put like the fan favorites on the second half of the set.
Wow, you guys really put some thought into this. You guys didn't just get into a room with some Heinekens or Budweisers or whatever and just threw something at the wall and hope it sticks. You guys actually put some thought process.
Yeah. The aforementioned Mile High Festival, we played basically whatever the hell we wanted because we've been to Denver before. That was comfortable place for us. We didn't want to really experiment with Europe, and with a show like this, we wanted to not play it safe, but do something much more methodical with our set list.
And you guys got here earlier. You guys have been here for a few days leading up to the festival. I saw some pictures of some sightseeing with some fans. How was that experience? How did you guys set that all up?
We were not. We're not doing the meet and greets with the festival officially. We're not that big of a band yet. We're trying to establish ourselves here. But we know that there have been a lot of European fans over the years. Come to Europe, come to Europe. When are you coming to Europe? And we want to come back. We intend to come back, but you never know. I mean, for all we know, this could be our first and last time coming to Europe. God forbid. But we figure we should apply ourselves as much as we can. And, you know, if I was a Judicator fan, what would I want out of the experience? A meet and greet is nice. It's a controlled environment. There's like a time frame. But I would love to have dinner with Blind Guardian or to, go bowling with Pagan's Mind or something. So I'm excited. I was excited to have doner kebab. Because we don't have a lot of that in the United States. A lot of it that's good, anyways. Here it's the real deal. So I thought, let's go get some doner and go walk through the cemetery and just hang out and have an open-ended relaxation, socialization time with whoever wants to come. And we had a good-sized group. I mean, I think it was maybe 15 or 20 people. It was a lot of fun.
So for sure, those 15, 20 people are going to be at the show. So you guaranteed at least those guys to be there.
Yes.
So then from there, sky is the limit. I think it's a great idea what you guys did. I think it's really nice trying to connect with the fans at like almost at a grassroots level, which means a lot for the fan base, especially here because, like you said, first time playing in Europe. You know, fans have been waiting for you guys to come over here for a long time. You have a new record. So I honestly applaud you guys for taking this kind of approach. I wish more bands did that. I think it's heartwarming for the fan base. And it was really nice to see all the happy faces and the pictures that are all over social media if you guys go check it out.
Good. Yeah, I mean, speaking of the 15 to 20, we have sort of our classic Judicator song, King of Rome. And traditionally, we have in the middle of the song done a crowd interaction part where I sing the call, they sing the response. And we have 2 versions of the song ready. One where maybe the crowd isn't so into it. They're too tired, they're too drunk, too hungover. And so that's the safe version of the song. We just play the song beginning to end. Then there's the good version of the song where, all right, everybody's into it. Let's do the crowd interaction part. We had the discussion. We have both versions prepared, but where we actually ended up going with it is, again, if it's 20 people, 200, or a full room, even if there's 5 people on the railing, like I said, if, God forbid, this is the only time we play in Europe, then you don't get to see Judicator all the time in Europe. So, let's, even if it's 5 people, sing the chorus, give them the opportunity to have as much of that Judicator performance as possible.
Well, John, thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it. It's a beautiful, chilly morning in Denmark and Roskilde, but the day will get warmer because today is day 1. These guys are performing closing of day 2 of the festival. And if you're in town, you're going to enjoy it because you're watching this post-festival, so you're definitely going to enjoy it. If you're not, then you can always come back to Epic Fest in 2026, 2027. This festival, by the way, is getting bigger and bigger with every single edition. So the thought of you guys coming back in the future, I think it's going to be good for the festival and good for the band. So thank you very much for your time today.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been a pleasure, and we'll see you around. Thank you.
Thank you.